Welcome to Insomnia Chronicles. If you're lying awake in the dark right now, searching for something to listen to as the night drags on, you found the right place. Tonight, I'm sharing a story from someone who took a job that seemed too quiet to be true. A night shift at an old history museum, tucked away in a small town no one visits anymore. Dim the lights, get comfortable, and let this story pull you towards sleep. Just, whatever you do, don't think too hard about the rules. I never believed in ghosts. Or curses. Or anything that goes bump in the night. I needed the money, that's all it was. The ad was simple: night security at the Eldridge History Museum. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Minimal duties. Good pay. The building was this massive Victorian thing on the edge of town, brick walls covered in ivy, tall windows that stared out like empty eyes. When I showed up for the interview, the curator was an old guy named Mr. Harlan. He barely looked at my resume. Just handed me a key ring and a folded sheet of paper. "Read this carefully," he said, his voice raspy like dry leaves. "These are the rules. Follow them exactly, and you'll be fine. Break them, well, no one's lasted long after that." I laughed it off. Rules for a security job? Probably just liability stuff. But when I unfolded the paper later, in the dim light of the guard office, they weren't normal. Here they are, the first half of the list he gave me. Rule 1, always keep the main hall lights on until midnight. After that, only use your flashlight for patrols. Rule 2, do not touch any exhibits. Not even to dust them. They stay exactly as they are. Rule 3, if you hear whispering from the Egyptian wing between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., ignore it. Do not go investigate. Rule 4, the clock in the central atrium must never stop ticking. If it does, wind it immediately, but only with your left hand. Rule 5, never look directly into the mirrors in the Victorian dress exhibit. Use peripheral vision only. Rule 6, if a child laughs anywhere in the building, log the time but do not search for the source. Rule 7, at 4 a.m. exactly, lock the basement door from the outside. Do not open it again until sunrise. Rule 8, if an exhibit appears to have moved on its own, report it in the logbook and leave the room immediately. Rule 9, do not bring food or drinks inside after midnight. The museum provides its own. Rule 10, if you see your own shadow moving differently than you, do not run. Walk calmly to the exit and wait for dawn outside. Mr. Harlan warned me, the museum has been here since 1892. It remembers things people don't. Follow the rules, and it forgets you're there. My first few nights were boring. Just walking patrols with my flashlight, the beam cutting through dust motes in the air. The place smelled like old books and wax polish. Creaky floors, sure. Echoes, yeah. But nothing weird. Then, on night 4, around 1:30 a.m., I heard it. Whispering. Soft voices, like a group of people murmuring in another language. Coming from the Egyptian wing, sarcophagi, mummies, statues with blank stone eyes. Rule 3, ignore it. Do not investigate. I tried. Sat in the office, scrolling on my phone. But the whispers grew louder. Closer. Like they were right outside the door. I grabbed my flashlight and... I don't know why. I went to check. The wing was empty. But one of the display cases, the one with an ancient gold amulet, was open. Just a crack. The whispers stopped the instant I stepped in. I know I shouldn't have, but I closed the case. Rule 2. I touched an exhibit. That same night, passing the Victorian dress exhibit, I accidentally caught my reflection in one of the tall mirrors. It smiled. I wasn't smiling. I looked away fast. Rule 5. Peripheral vision only. A few shifts later, I got careless with Rule 1. I forgot to leave the main hall lights on until midnight. When I came back at 12:15, every mannequin and statue in the hall had turned to face the darkened corridor I just walked through. I flipped the lights back on and pretended I hadn't seen it. A week after that, the clock in the atrium stopped at 3:58 a.m. Dead silence. No ticking. I remembered Rule 4. Wound it with my left hand. As I turned the key, cold fingers brushed mine from inside the mechanism. One night around 2 a.m., I got thirsty. I'd brought a bottle of water, forgot Rule 9 completely. Left it on the desk. When I came back from patrol, the bottle was empty. On the desk beside it was a small silver cup I'd never seen before, filled with dark liquid that smelled faintly of spices and metal. I poured it down the sink. The drain gurgled like it was drinking. Then came the laughter. A child's giggle, echoing down the halls. High-pitched. Playful. Rule 6, log it, don't search. I wrote, 2:07 a.m., child laughter, origin unknown. But it happened again. And again. Closer each time. I followed the sound to the toy exhibit, old dolls, trains, marionettes on strings. One porcelain doll with cracked cheeks was sitting upright now. It hadn't been before. Its head turned toward me. The next night, that same doll was gone from its shelf. The basement door, that's when things got worse. At 4 a.m. sharp, I always locked it. Heavy chain, padlock. But one shift, exhaustion hit and I forgot. Around 5 a.m., I heard dragging footsteps from below. Slow. Heavy. Something big pulling itself upstairs that shouldn't creak that loud. I ran to the door. Chained it shut just as something thumped against it. Once. Twice. Then a voice. Muffled. Childlike. Let us out. We just want to play. I didn't sleep that day. Called in sick the next. But the pay was too good. I went back. Last night, my shadow. Patrolling the main hall, flashlight sweeping the floor. My shadow lagged, then stepped forward on its own. It waved. I didn't. Rule 10, do not run. I tried. My legs froze. The shadow stretched longer, reaching for me. I bolted. I handed in my keys this morning. Mr. Harlan didn't say a word, just looked at me with those tired eyes and nodded, like he already knew. Now I'm home. It's 3 a.m. I hear whispering. From the closet. But, there's one more rule. Mr. Harlan added it in pen at the bottom, faded like he'd written it years ago. Rule 11, if you break any rule, the museum will follow you home. If you're listening to this, and you ever apply for a night job at an old museum, don't. Just, follow the rules. Or don't take the job at all. Sweet dreams, or whatever waits in the dark. This has been Insomnia Chronicles. If this helped you drift off, or kept you up a little longer, subscribe for more stories like this. Next time, rules from a remote lighthouse keeper. Good night.